The best food for your gut may not be fiber at all. Yes, you heard that right. The one nutrient that has been promoted as the ultimate gut healer might not be the real star of the show. In fact, experts are now discovering that there is another category of food that can do what fiber alone cannot: rebuild your gut from the inside out, reduce inflammation, and even change how your immune system reacts. This new discovery is shaking up nutrition science. Researchers from leading universities have been studying people who eat this specific type of food daily, and the results are stunning. Within weeks, their gut bacteria became more diverse and active, their inflammation markers dropped, and even their mental health improved. Fiber helped before, but these results went far beyond what fiber could do alone. So why is this such a big deal? Because gut health affects everything. Your digestion, your mood, your immune system, even how much energy you feel during the day. When your gut is off balance, you can feel tired, bloated, or anxious without even realizing it is connected to what you eat. And yet, most people still focus only on fiber, missing out on the real key that unlocks a stronger, more balanced gut. In this video, you will learn the truth about this overlooked food that scientists are calling a game changer for gut health. You will discover how it works inside your body, how it helps good bacteria thrive, and why it may be the missing piece in your diet. We will also look at the mistakes many people make when trying to heal their gut and the simple daily habits that can make your microbiome stronger and more diverse than ever before. Stay with me until the end, because the final part of this video will show you exactly how to combine this powerful food with other nutrients to get the best possible results without complicated diets, expensive supplements, or extreme restrictions. It is easier than you think, and the science behind it is fascinating. The truth is, the healthiest guts are not just built on fiber. They are built on balance, diversity, and living foods that work in harmony with your body's natural rhythm. Once you understand this, you can take control of your gut health in ways most people never even consider. So, if you are ready to find out what truly feeds your gut and why millions of people have been focusing on the wrong thing, you are in the right place. Welcome to our channel, where we uncover the real science behind health and nutrition. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and join our community for more evidence-based insights that could change the way you think about food forever. Inside your body lives an entire world that most people never think about, a microscopic ecosystem known as the gut microbiome. It is made up of trillions of bacteria, fungi, and other tiny organisms that live mainly in your intestines. These microbes are not just passive passengers. They work constantly to help you digest food, absorb nutrients, and even protect you from harmful invaders. Each person's microbiome is unique like a fingerprint, and it changes based on what you eat, how you live, and even how you feel. Your gut microbiome is deeply connected to almost every part of your health. When it is balanced, your digestion runs smoothly, your body absorbs vitamins more efficiently, and your immune system stays strong. But when it is out of balance, a condition often called dysbiosis, it can lead to problems far beyond your stomach. Scientists now know that the gut and brain are linked through what is called the gut-brain axis. This means that the state of your gut can influence your mood, stress levels, and even your ability to focus. People with an unhealthy gut often report symptoms like fatigue, anxiety, and brain fog without realizing the cause might begin in their intestines. The gut also plays a major role in controlling inflammation. A healthy microbiome helps regulate your immune response, preventing it from overreacting. But when bad bacteria take over, inflammation can spread throughout the body. This low-grade chronic inflammation is now linked to many long-term issues, from digestive disorders to skin problems, joint pain, and even heart disease. The gut is not just about breaking down food, it is a command center for your overall well-being. Now, here is where things get tricky. Many people think they are taking care of their gut simply by eating more fiber, adding vegetables, oats, or chia seeds to their meals. Fiber is indeed important. It acts like food for your good bacteria. But despite doing all the right things, many still experience bloating, gas, constipation, or unpredictable digestion. Some even feel worse when they increase fiber intake too quickly. So why does this happen? The truth is that fiber alone cannot fix an unbalanced microbiome. If your gut lacks the right strains of bacteria, adding more fiber can actually feed the wrong ones, making symptoms worse. Think of it this way: if the ecosystem in your gut is already unbalanced, giving it more food does not restore harmony, it can make chaos grow faster. That is why some people who eat plenty of fiber still struggle with gut issues like irritable bowel, discomfort after meals, or unexplained fatigue. Your gut needs more than fiber. It needs variety, live cultures, and nutrients that help rebuild the microbial community from the ground up. Certain foods contain beneficial microbes themselves, while others provide compounds that help those microbes survive and thrive. This combination is what brings true balance. A healthy microbiome thrives on diversity both in the bacteria it contains and in the foods you feed it. Fiber is just one piece of the puzzle, but not the complete solution. Fiber has long been known as one of the most important nutrients for gut health. It acts as a natural prebiotic, meaning it provides nourishment for the beneficial bacteria living in your intestines. When you eat foods rich in fiber, such as fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, the parts that your body cannot digest travel down to your colon. There, the friendly bacteria break them down through fermentation, creating short-chain fatty acids like butyrate and acetate. These compounds help keep the gut lining strong, reduce inflammation, and even support energy production inside your cells. In other words, fiber is the fuel that keeps your internal ecosystem alive and active. But recent research has shown that fiber, while important, is not the complete answer. Scientists studying different diets noticed something interesting. People who increased their fiber intake did not always see lasting improvements in their gut microbiome. In some studies, the diversity of bacteria, which is a key marker of gut health, stayed about the same even after weeks of eating large amounts of fiber. This means that simply feeding your gut bacteria does not automatically create a stronger or more balanced microbiome. Some bacteria may thrive on fiber while others may not respond at all, leaving certain imbalances untouched. One reason for this is that the microbiome is incredibly complex. It is not just about how much food the bacteria get, but also about which species are present in the first place. If your gut lacks certain beneficial strains, no amount of fiber can magically create them. You need live microbes introduced through other sources, and that is where many experts now see the limits of the traditional high-fiber only approach. Another finding that surprised researchers came from comparing high-fiber diets to diets that included foods rich in live microbes like fermented foods. People who consumed fermented foods showed a noticeable increase in bacterial diversity and a decrease in inflammatory markers, while the fiber-only group often saw little to no change in inflammation levels. This discovery is reshaping how nutritionists view gut health. It is not just about feeding bacteria, but also about introducing new living strains that can balance and strengthen the gut environment. Of course, fiber still plays an essential role, but too much of it can also backfire. Some people experience gas, bloating, or discomfort when they suddenly increase their fiber intake. This happens because certain types of fiber ferment rapidly in the gut, producing excess gases that can stretch the intestines and cause pressure. For people with sensitive digestion or conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, this can make them feel worse instead of better. Moreover, not all fiber is equal. Soluble fiber found in foods like oats, apples, and beans tends to be gentler and forms a gel that slows digestion, helping with blood sugar control. Insoluble fiber found in wheat bran and many vegetables adds bulk to stool but can irritate sensitive guts if eaten in large amounts. Balancing the types of fiber and pairing them with other gut-friendly foods may be the key to reaping the benefits without the discomfort. So, while fiber is a crucial player in maintaining a healthy microbiome, new evidence shows it is not the star of the show by itself. The gut needs more than fuel. It needs balance, diversity, and the right mix of living microbes to truly thrive. The real breakthrough in gut science came when researchers began to look beyond fiber. What they discovered changed the conversation completely. In one major study conducted at Stanford University, scientists compared two groups of people, one eating a high-fiber diet and the other eating a diet rich in fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, and kombucha. After several weeks, the results were striking. The group that ate fermented foods showed a significant increase in gut microbial diversity, meaning their gut ecosystem became more balanced and varied. They also had lower levels of inflammatory proteins in their blood, suggesting that their immune systems had become calmer and more stable. This finding was a game changer. For years, fiber had been the hero of gut health discussions. But this research proved that foods containing live microbes could create deeper, faster, and longer-lasting changes. The reason lies in how fermented foods work. Unlike fiber, which simply feeds the bacteria already in your gut, fermented foods actually introduce new beneficial microbes into your system. These living organisms travel through your digestive tract and interact directly with your gut lining, sending chemical signals that can improve barrier function, strengthen immune defenses, and even influence how certain genes in your gut cells are expressed. When you eat fermented foods, you are not just feeding bacteria, you are adding new ones to your community. Each spoonful of yogurt or bite of kimchi contains millions or even billions of living microorganisms. They enter your gut, temporarily take residence, and help crowd out harmful bacteria. In doing so, they create a more favorable environment for other beneficial microbes to grow. This chain reaction leads to a more balanced and resilient gut ecosystem, one that can handle stress, poor diet days, or antibiotics more effectively. Another important aspect of fermented foods is the compounds they produce during fermentation. These include organic acids, enzymes, and bioactive peptides that can soothe inflammation and support digestion. Some of these compounds even help regulate how tightly your intestinal cells are sealed, preventing unwanted particles from leaking into your bloodstream, a process linked to systemic inflammation and autoimmune reactions. When comparing this effect to fiber-only foods, the difference becomes clear. While fiber serves as an excellent energy source for certain bacteria, it does not add any new species to the mix. It is like watering the plants you already have, while fermented foods are like planting new seeds that bring more color and variety to your garden. Studies show that microbial diversity is one of the strongest indicators of long-term gut and immune health, and fermented foods consistently outperform fiber-only diets in boosting that diversity. Moreover, the benefits of fermented foods appear faster. In the Stanford research, participants began seeing measurable improvements within weeks, while those in the high-fiber group showed slow and consistent changes. This suggests that the live microbes in fermented foods can jumpstart the microbiome in ways that fiber alone cannot. These microbes not only support digestion, but also help produce vitamins like K2 and certain B vitamins that the body cannot easily get from other sources. The growing evidence around fermented foods has opened a new chapter in gut health, one that focuses on living, active nourishment instead of just dietary bulk. Each serving introduces a wave of helpful bacteria that work with your body rather than relying on your body to do all the work. It is a dynamic process of renewal, one that gives your gut a fresh start every single day. When it comes to nourishing your gut with living foods, fermented and probiotic-rich options are at the top of the list. These foods have been part of traditional diets around the world for centuries, long before scientists even understood why they were so beneficial. Yogurt is perhaps the most well-known example. Made by fermenting milk with specific bacterial cultures, it contains live strains that support digestion and help maintain balance in your intestinal flora. Choosing plain, unsweetened yogurt with live and active cultures on the label ensures you are getting real probiotic benefits without the added sugars that can feed unwanted bacteria. Another powerful option is kefir, a drink similar to yogurt but thinner in texture and far richer in bacterial diversity. Kefir often contains dozens of different strains of beneficial bacteria and yeasts, offering a wider range of support for your microbiome. It can be sipped on its own, blended into smoothies, or poured over fruit as a light breakfast. Starting with a small glass each day helps your body adjust, especially if you are new to fermented foods. Kimchi, a spicy Korean staple made from fermented cabbage and vegetables, is another excellent source. It is packed with live microbes, as well as vitamins, antioxidants, and natural enzymes created during the fermentation process. Adding a few forkfuls of kimchi alongside your lunch or dinner is a simple way to bring your gut a burst of beneficial bacteria. For those who prefer milder flavors, sauerkraut, a traditional European fermented cabbage dish, offers many of the same benefits. Look for raw, unpasteurized sauerkraut in the refrigerated section, as pasteurization kills the live cultures that make it so valuable. Other great fermented options include miso, made from fermented soybeans, tempeh, a protein-rich fermented soy cake, and kombucha, a naturally fizzy tea brewed with live cultures. Even certain types of cheese, like aged cheddar or Gouda, can contain live probiotics, though it depends on how they were processed. Variety is key. Rotating different fermented foods throughout the week gives your gut a broader spectrum of helpful microbes. When adding these foods to your diet, moderation matters. Introduce them slowly, especially if your gut is sensitive. Start with a few spoonfuls or small servings each day and build up over time. This allows your digestive system to adapt to the influx of live bacteria without overwhelming it. Combining fermented foods with regular meals rather than eating them on an empty stomach can also help reduce discomfort or bloating in the beginning. It is also important to choose wisely. Not all products labeled probiotic actually contain live cultures. Always read labels and look for phrases like contains live and active cultures or naturally fermented. Avoid versions loaded with added sugars, artificial flavors, or vinegar, since these can harm rather than help your microbiome. Homemade or traditionally fermented versions tend to be the most potent, as they retain their natural microbial diversity. Everyone's gut is unique, so pay attention to how your body reacts. Some people tolerate dairy-based ferments like yogurt or kefir well, while others may prefer plant-based options such as kimchi, kombucha, or fermented vegetables. If you experience mild gas or changes in digestion at first, that is often just your microbiome adjusting. But if discomfort persists, try smaller amounts or switch to a different fermented food. The goal is to create a consistent habit, small daily servings of real living foods that gently reshape your microbiome over time. By keeping the focus on quality, moderation, and variety, fermented foods can become one of the most effective and enjoyable ways to naturally support gut balance and long-term health. Fiber still deserves its place in every discussion about gut health. It remains one of the most valuable nutrients for maintaining a healthy digestive system, acting as a natural prebiotic that feeds the beneficial bacteria already living inside you. When you eat fiber-rich foods like oats, apples, lentils, and leafy greens, you give your gut microbes the nourishment they need to produce short-chain fatty acids that keep your intestinal lining strong and your immune system balanced. Without enough fiber, even the healthiest microbiome can start to weaken over time. However, fiber alone does not tell the full story. The most powerful results come when fiber is combined with fermented foods, a partnership that scientists now describe as true gut synergy. Fiber provides the fuel, while fermented foods provide the live bacteria that use that fuel to thrive. When you pair them together, you are not only feeding the existing good microbes, but also introducing new strains that can strengthen and diversify your gut ecosystem. This interaction helps create a stable environment where good bacteria flourish and harmful ones have less chance to dominate. Think of it as teamwork happening inside your digestive system. Fiber-rich foods act as long-term nourishment, keeping your gut microbes satisfied and productive. Fermented foods, on the other hand, bring in new recruits, live microorganisms that fill in the gaps, rebuild balance, and make the entire microbial community more resilient. Together, they create a feedback loop of health. Live bacteria feed on the fiber, produce beneficial compounds, and improve nutrient absorption, while your body enjoys smoother digestion and less inflammation. Research shows that this combination has far-reaching benefits. People who consume both fiber and fermented foods regularly tend to have stronger immune responses, fewer digestive complaints, and even better mood regulation due to improved gut-brain communication. The short-chain fatty acids produced from fiber fermentation are enhanced when live microbes from fermented foods are present, making the process more efficient and productive. These compounds do more than aid digestion. They influence metabolism, reduce inflammatory markers, and support the body's ability to maintain a healthy weight. This synergy also helps prevent the common discomforts people experience when they suddenly increase their fiber intake. The probiotics from fermented foods assist in breaking down fiber more smoothly, reducing bloating and gas. It is like having a more skilled workforce in your gut. The more diverse the team, the better the results. For someone starting to improve their gut health, combining a serving of fiber-rich food with a small portion of fermented food can make the transition much easier and more sustainable.